Daf Yud Beis Amud Beis. The wide lines on the bottom of the daf, one line up from the wide lines. Kol ish, so Rebbe so. So it says Kol ish so Rebbe so, that Achashverosh sent out a letter that every person has to be the boss in his house. So they said, I'm sorry, I started a little earlier. Amar Rava, 1, 2, 3 lines up from there. Amar Rava, Ilmoli Igari Sarishonos. Everyone laughed at the first letter because they said, everybody's, what do you mean? You have to announce that you're the boss, and that's ridiculous. Ilmoli Igari Sarishonos. If not for the first letter, Lo nishtar misunem shisol sod. No one will be left over from the haters of Klal Yisrael, meaning from Klal Yisrael. And Rashi explains, because what happened is that when they got the first letter and they said, this guy's ridiculous, he's not for real. So then when they sent the second letter to say that Klal Yisrael has to be killed on the 13th of Adar, they wouldn't have waited, said Rashi, till the 13th of Adar. They would have just killed the people right away. Like, let's say the school here. If they said we could destroy the school in 5 minutes, we'll do it now. We're not waiting for 5 minutes. Once we get the okay, right? Same thing. They wouldn't have waited, but because they didn't know what to expect, they didn't take his letters seriously, so therefore they waited. They said, so who's this that sends such a letter? Even a weaver in his own house, he's the boss. Fine. Says the pasuk further, and Achashverosh sent out people in charge to find all the women, the girls, to bring them to the palace, and he wanted to be with each one, and then pick a queen from one. Amar Rav, my dichsiv. What is it? My dichsiv. What does it mean in the pasuk when it says kol arum yasavidas? Every smart person, yasavidas, it gets done according to what he wants. Uksil, but a foolish person, yifros ivelas kol yifros ivelas. He spreads out his foolishness and lets it be known throughout. Says the Gemara, kol arum. Every smart person, yasavidas, his das, what he wants gets done. Zeh David. This refers to David. That he said that his servant said to him when he got old and he needed a nair besula to take care of him. So they said, let's send out Yivakshu Ladoni Amelech. We should find for you, David Amelech, nair besula, one nair besula. So when he was looking for only one, Kolman Davli Barta, anyone that wanted a daughter, that had a daughter, Aisin brought her to David and hoped that David would pick her. But the opposite happened with Achashverosh. Uchsil Yifros Ivelas, a fool spreads out his foolishness throughout. Achashverosh, this is Achashverosh, because it says in the pasuk of Achashverosh, Vayifkod Hamelech B'Kidim, he sent out officers to get every girl. Kol man dahavle barta, anyone that had a daughter, Itmar Minei, wanted to hide her from him. Ish Yehudi Ayah B'Shushan Abir, the pasuk goes on further. And it says about Mordechai Tzadik, Ish Yehudi Ayah B'Shushan Abira, Ushmo Mordechai ben Yair ben Shimi ben Kish, Ish Yemini. His name was Ushmo Mordechai ben Yair ben Shimi ben Kish, Ish Yemini. So now, the Gemara wants to know, my Kalma, why are we mentioning all these, the ancestry of Mordechai? If we're coming to give his yichos, his ancestry, so lichsei, the Bach puts in, lichsei v'lezel ben Yamin, so give it all the way. Why are you stopping? You're saying ben Yar, ben Shimi, ben Kish. Why are you stopping? Keep on going. Maishno hani talasa. Why the Bach sticks in? Why dafka these three? Tanakulan. You should say all of them. Okay. Maishnahani Tlasa, Tanakulan. He takes down the Ella. Says the Gemara. So says the Gemara. Al Shmo. I'm sorry. Maishnahani Tlasa. So then it reads like this. Tanakulan al Shmo Nik. Maishnahani Tanakulan. Answers the Gemara. Al Shmo Nikru ben Yar ben Al Shmo Nikru ben Yar. Therefore, the Gemara says, when it says, even though these were his ancestors, Mordechai ben Yair ben Shimi ben Kish, it wasn't really in order. Shimi wasn't the son of Kish. In other words, it didn't go in order because it wanted to just pick the people that also had a connection to Mordechai's name, to Mordechai himself. That these names not only were his ancestors, but they also represented Mordechai. You know, if someone says someone's a Ben Torah, or a Ben Aliyah, or a Ben Bias. So he says, Ben Yair, when it says that Mordechai was Ben Yair, it means also Ben Sheheir Einam Sheyisol B'Tfilaso. It was a son that lit up the eyes of Klal Yisrael with his tefillah. Ben Shimi, when it says Ben Shimi, Ben Sheshama Kel Tfilaso. He was a ben of somebody. He was somebody that Hashem listened to his tefillahs. Ben Kish Shehikish al Sharei Rachamim. He banged on the Sharei Rachim. Moshe, I'm sorry, I tried calling you. It's a shortened version, so we started a little early. But Blina, I'm sorry. We'll go over at the end. We started just from Amar Rava. Where are we? We started from Amar Rava, and we're over here. We're saying now, just to get the end, and then we'll do Chazara. We're saying now that when it says Ben Yair ben Shimon Ben Kish means Shehikish al Shari Rachman. He banged on the gates of Rachmim, v'niftachu lo, and they opened it for him. Now it finishes up the Gemara. Karele Yehud. It says, Ish Yehudi Haya b'Shushan Abira. There was a man from Yehuda. The Gemara learns that it means from Yehuda. Yehudi means from Yehuda, and Ben Yair ben Shimon ben Kish Ish Yemini from Binyamin. So says the Gemara. It says, Karele Yehudi. The pasuk calls Mordechai a Yehudi from Yehuda. Amam Yehuda kasi. You see, if he's from Yehuda. The Karele Yemini Amam Binyamin. You see that he's coming from Binyamin kasi. He comes from Binyamin. Amram not. So what is it? Is he come from Mordechai, from Yehuda, or does he come from Binyamin? Anyone have a teretz? Well, we see the Gemara. Someone else said in the 12th grade, so what Yehudi means? He's a Yehuda. He's a Jew. That could be a pshat, but the Gemara says something different. Amram Nachman, Mordechai Muchtar b'ni Muso. He was crowned b'ni Muso, says Rashi, crowned b'ni Muso with beautiful shemos, Nimus shame, with the name. He was crowned from his mother's side. He was from Yehuda. From his father's side, he was from Binyamin. And therefore, even though we don't usually say the mother's side, but he had this beautiful lineage. Muchtar b'ni Muso. And therefore, we called him at a prestige. To be from Yehuda is chashuv, and he was also from Binyamin. Amar Rabba Bar Bachana, Amar Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi. Of mi Binyamin, his father was from Binyamin. V'imo mi Yehuda, and his mother was from Yehuda. V'Rabbanan Amri, and the Rabbanan say. So that's why it says. It could be this is part of the original Muchtar b'ni Musa. Not sure. But now the Rabbanan say something more. Rabbanan Amri mishpachos mizkar zubazu. These two families, Binyamin and Yehuda, would fight with one another. They would want to take the credit for Mordechai. Why? Mishpachos Yehuda Omeres, the family of Yehuda used to say, Ana garim de misyalad Mordechai. We are the reason why Mordechai was born. Why? Does everyone remember the story when Shimi ben Kish, or Shimi ben Gera, came when David HaMelech first was the king, and he wasn't first, but when he was the king and they had a rebellion against him, Shimi ben Gera cursed him. And his servants wanted David to kill Shimi ben Gera, David's servants, and David didn't. So because of that, who came out of Shimi ben Gera? Mordechai. So Yehuda says it's because of us, because we had the patience. David HaMelech didn't kill him even when he was Chayiv Misa. So therefore, we're the heroes. Mishpachas Binyamin Amar, Mishpachas Binyamin would say, Minoi Kasi. At the end of the day, Yehuda, it's us that he's from. You're right, you did us a great favor by keeping Shimi alive, but at the end of the day, we get more credit because he's from Mishpachas Binyamin. Minoi Kasi. Rava says, I'm not sure this will be on the Daf Hashavua test, probably not, because it goes on to the next Amid, but just it's the end. Knesset Yisrael Amra, the Shvatim who used to fight, who does better, but the Knesset, who gets the credit. But Knesset Yisrael, Amra le'idachi, so they said it the opposite. They used to blame the Shvatim. Ru'uma asli Yehuda. Yehuda, look what you did to us. Umashilim li Yemini, and what Yemini did to us, paid us back for. Masli Yehuda, what did Yehuda do? I'm just going to give him for a second. The Lokati David l'Shimi. Why didn't you? David didn't kill Shimi. He should have killed Shimi, and we wouldn't have had Mordechai. This Yodim named Mordechai, the Mikani Bey Haman, he got Haman upset. And now we have all these problems. Umashim li Yemini, and what did Binyamin do wrong? The Lokat le Shaul Agag. Shaul didn't kill Agag. This Yodim named Haman, the Mitzar Yisrael, that Haman's causing the whole problem. So let's just a quick synopsis for the Daf Hashavua test on Yud Beis, just a basic Chazara. Basically, the Gemara brings down again that at the bottom of Yud Aleph and Beis, that Achashverosh made a mistake, and then even after Achashverosh's mistake, it ended up going 2 years into Daryavesh because they were cut off years, and they didn't ask it on the last test, so they're probably going to ask it on this test. And then the Gemara brings down a steer that Daniel also made a mistake, and then the Gemara asks, how do we answer up the stirim sukkim, the contradiction that one pasuk in Yirmiyahu says that it goes from 70 years above, while the other pasuk says it goes from Charvos Yushalayim, from the destruction of Yushalayim. So the Gemara says that Hashem remembered us after 70 years of Bavel. We started the building of the Beis Hamikdash in times of Koresh, and then it got stopped for 18 years, and then it started again in times of Daryavish II in his second year. That would be that's for sure they're going to ask, I think. That's what I would ask if I was giving the test. And then it says, why does Hashem had tinus on Koresh? Okay, you go through the Shakvatari of the Gemara. We have Paras and Madai, that each one made a deal with one another. He'll be the king, he'll be the prince, he'll be the second in command. Then we spoke about Osher Kavod. It says we learned that it says Tiferes both by Achashverosh and by Big Dekuna. So we learn out that just like Tiferes, so Tiferes by Achashverosh also means Big Dekuna. Then there was a Machlokus Rav and Shmuel, or not he was a fool or not for allowing Shushan to go second, or it was smarter for Shushan to go first. So we have that Machlokus. Then we asked why did the people get killed? Because they were Nenem from the Gemara has a Havaminu, they were Nenem from the Suda, and then it comes out that the reason they were because they bowed down to the Tselem according to Rashi of Nebuchadnezzar. Not like Mordechai taught us any other reasons, because they bowed down to the Tselem of Nebuchadnezzar. Okay. And then it comes out that HaKadosh Baruch Hu also was not doing it truthfully. He was just scaring them. Then it says, B'chatzer Ginas Bisan HaMelech. We have different pshatim in that. Rav and Shmuel, that they didn't have enough room. And then it went out to the king. Or another pshat is that he first, it went out, he sat them in the chutzner, and then they were able to go out to the other places. There's a third pshat, I think, and then we have different pshatim in Chur, Karpas, Utcheles, whether it means holes, Chur means holes. Okay, you go through the Shakvatai, I don't want to hold you up for that. See if there are any other secret things that they could ask other than the Shakvataria. I think you could ask whether or not Haman, what does it mean, ish and ish? At the bottom of the Amud, it says, Kitzon ish v'ish. So what does it mean, Mordechai v'Haman? So Rashi says that they were the people at the party that poured the drinks. You could say that. We speak about the Midah Keneged Midah with Achashverosh. Okay, it's there's a Rashi there. How do we know? Here's a good Rashi. I don't even know if I spoke it out the first time. How do we know that she got saras? How do we know she got saras? So Rashi says that the Yushalmi learns out that it says the lashon of nigzar, asher nigzar aleh, and it says by mitzorah ki nigzar beis Hashem. So we learn out just like over there by mitzorah it says a lashon of nigzar. So therefore also by Vashti it says nigzar. That might be something they could ask. Otherwise, I think today's Gemara were good. And that's it. Everyone have a wonderful day. Beautiful.